Good evening. Please stand as we sing the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, elas ng sinagalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong bangaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitingin, luman ang araw ng walhaging pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Remain standing for the invocation, which will be led by selected graduating students until the singing of the regional hymn and Sorsogon March.
If my people will humble themselves and pray.
If they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways,
I will hear from heaven and forgive their sin. I will hear from heaven and heal their land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sin and heal our broken land.
Lord, we bow our knees, we humble ourselves and pray. Lord, we seek your face, we humble ourselves and turn from our wicked
of the Virgin of Peña Francia, renowned for healing and exceeding from dawn to dusk. We're singing our praise to thee, where the flames, sparkling rivers and seas, hills and mountains breeze adore. From the shores across the seas, all nature's here to thee abound. Bicolanja, Bicolanja, our native land behold. Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbates, Sorsogon. Sinis o Irigan, Nagaligaw, Legazpi, Tabaco, Sorsogon, and Masbate, abode of noble heroes, land of the free. Oh, Mount Mayon is watching over thee. Bicolanja, Bicolanja, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet flame, to truth and dignity we give in. Bicolanja, Bicolanja, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet flame, to truth and dignity we give in. The truth and dignity we give in. We give in.
May dagang panong krunino, Oraot din pagmauhod, Ulawanon ang suldopan, Rakasyaga mong tunay, Malupoob sa silangan, Nagmawaras di buhay, Susugon sa mong kamotan, Sibong ilig aray. Kami mong pagdinarangan, susok sa katalosan, mamamot mo't kakapawon, panay mo't kamugtakan, ang lasipo ng Atinos, minsan sa kakawatan, mabuhay ka lamang nakakatagang pinunuan.
live from Binisitahan del Norte, Magallanes, Sorsogon. This is the 4th Graduation Rites virtual ceremony of Magallanes National Vocational High School. Please welcome the Lady of the Ceremony, NVHS Senior High School teacher, Ms. Cecile Quizon Gliane.
Good evening, everyone. This is a day of glee and pride. Who can ever forget year 2020, where the pandemic created the closure of schools and the disruption of classes that greatly affected the lives of the learners? We cannot deny that this school year has been tough and the journey was not that easy. But through these challenges, we managed to move forward and to continue what we started. And because Magallanes National Vocational High School is unstoppable, we will witness our academic survivors triumphantly march virtually in the 4th graduation rites of Magallanes National Vocational High School with the theme, Strengthening the Quality Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic. Celebrating this milestone with us through a video message is our DepEd Secretary, Madam Leonor Magdolis Briones.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning. And you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work, because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Ronaline S. Saha, a candidate for graduation, shall now deliver her welcome remarks.
I can do all things through Christ which strengthened me. We did it. Yes, we did. Our respected principal, Dr. Michael G. Useo, our hard-working academic department head, Mrs. Christy Alpeña, our beloved TechVoc department head, Mr. Francisco H. Giquino, entire teachers, the faculty and staff, proud parents, friends, guests, fellow candidates for graduation, and to our supportive online viewers, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed evening to all of you. Our last year of learning as senior high school student had been a challenging one, as COVID-19 pandemic almost halted everything that we used to enjoy, and that includes our face-to-face schooling. However, gratefulness is overflowing within us, for even in the new normal, we were able to accomplish all the academic requirements, even in a short period of time. Despite of unpredictable and unconventional years we all had, we can now all proudly say that finally, we made it! After 2 years of senior high school, the seeds of perseverance and determination has borne fruit in form of our diploma. A wonderful tool, and that one that opens many doors of opportunity. While another chapter of our life has now come to end, another one will start to bloom. Give all our best and let God do the rest. Finally, we are now harvesting the fruit of our labor in the very new setup. Practice to work passionately, dream fearlessly, and live meaningfully. With this, I, Ronaline Samonte Saha, SSG President, and a member of Magallanes National Vocational High School, graduating senior high school class of 2021, welcome you to our 4th graduation rites virtual ceremonies. God bless us all.
Thank you, Ronaline. For them to bear witness of their hard work, we now come to the presentation of the candidates for graduation by our dear class advisors. To begin with, Shielded Metal Arc Welding NC1 and NC2, Class Advisor Mrs. Melissa H. Escribano.
Albor John Martin C. Bedar Aldrin M. Bilanghel Kim Chan B. Betison Mark Lester J. Kabuyaw Christian E. Cal RGL. Kalayo Prince Angelo O. Calvario Dexter S. Calvario Mark Lawrence B. De La Paz Harvey John R. Piche Roy J. Fajardo Norman B. Nova Justin John B. Gonza J. Martin. Estela Herbert B. Ritas Alvin B. Walina Cyrus F. Nico B. Andre Jordan Z. Una Alex B. Una Marlo L. La Puerta Roque G. Guerrero Eugene C. Roxanne Mark Anthony B. Molines Kurt L. Monsoon Secretary Dan Reed Lawrence. Ortega RTC. Lorna John Ivan B. Orense John Powell. Carretero Jason B. Erdigon Adrian L. Valdez Reynald G.
Bread and Pastry Production NC2 Class Advisor, Mrs. Bernie F. Friend.
Ilangel Arnold Jr. J. Canales Raymond. Delgado Francis Harlow. Lim Wilmer Anthony Hill. Epon Gerald B. Andes Grace Sheila F. Barbacena Armina M. Buray Antoinette G. Buray Maria Ana J. Duelo Isabel X. Riteson Laika J. Hopper Jocelyn F. De la Peña Haniglo R. De la Peña Melky H. with honors. De los Santos Francine B. Isacola Christine Joy B. Ekis Jody Ann H. Esperanza Jody May. Store Marie Chris A. with honors. Gardon SLL. Guardacasa Jenny G. with honors. Guarinya Jimena R. with honors. Guarinya Ina. Ecom Sharamay B. Hombre Crystal May S. with honors. Omo Carmen B. Ulaton Danica B. Hunat Maricel. Hunat Marjoy L. Hunat Nikki N. with honors. La Guerta Mayra P. La Sala Christy M. with honors. Lavin Leia C. Yaneta Roxanne D. Loreno Catherine A. Loreno LJ Jessia C. Loreno Jessica. Loreno Syra L. with honors. Maranya Diana Rose H. Martega Aryan E. Soreda Arami D. Pombo Lablian M. with honors. Pisado Rhea Kate M. with honors. Valencia Diana May D. B1 Rona May D. with honors.
Electrical Installation and Maintenance NC2 Class Advisor, Mr. Glennet Hale P. Militante.
Afable Wilton G. Aguilar Eric. Atienza James Justin G. Linauhan Romero. Borton Alberto Jr. L. Borton Carl Andrew L. Calvario Mark M. Camacho Paul Brian D. with high honor. Canales J. B. Diasis Jonas H. Encarnacion Jan Eric S. Escandor Marwin M. Espinosa Justin O. Gricalia Jan Vincent B. Hilutin Aljan L. Latagan Ronaldo B. Jr. with honors. Marmol Jeremy L. Ocampo Mark Bernie G. Pancho Janvic C. with honors. Peratero Angelo C. Sus Joel R. Villa Danilo Jr. H. Garan Christine H. Hesita Charlene L. Cuidem Rose Micaela M. Sola Mayra.
Academic Track, General Academic Strand, Class Advisor Mr. Alfred H. Didasi.
Los Santos Michael B. with honors. Loreno Chan Lloyd James C. with honors. Pangasinan Charlito B. with high honors. Ajero Mary Rose B. with honors. Delardo Giselle B. with honors. Cal Leia L. with high honors. Calayon J.I. F. with high honors. Calonia Angeline E. with honors. Katuk Odisa B. with honors. Imaano Eliza Kate. El Tereso Lisa Jane Ella with honors. Candor Micah C. with honors. Espadero Giselle P. with honors. Espadero Rita May H. with honors. Ermida Gladys M. Inoma Melrose R. with honors. Tito Ayami Rose Angela R. with honors. Levine Angela P. with honors. Levine Kristen Joy B. with honors. Levine Bazel C. with high honors. Lee Vidal Faye G. with honors. Leoneta Laika B. Osteo Vidal R. with honors. Rago Arianella H. with high honors. Saha Ronaline S. with high honors.
One of the highlights of this occasion, the recommendation for confirmation, will be led by our School Principal 1 in Magallanes National Vocational High School, Dr. Michael G. Oseo.
As the principal, may I present 128 candidates for graduation from Magallanes National Vocational High School, Magallanes, Sorsogon, for this school year 2020-2021, 30 of whom are males and 98 are females. I hereby certify that these candidates for graduation have satisfactorily completed the requirements of the senior high school curriculum as prescribed by the Department of Education.
With the authority vested in me as the Schools Division Superintendent of the Schools Division of Sorsogon Province, and upon recommendation of your school head that you have completed all the requirements of the senior high school under the K-12 Basic Education Program, school year 2020 to 2021, I now officially confirm your graduation. As such, you are now eligible to enroll in any tertiary education institution in the country. My congratulations to all of you.
The School Principal 1 of Magallanes National Vocational High School shall now give his message. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the School Principal 1 of NVHS, Dr. Michael G. Oseo.
As the school year is about to close, I could not help but reflect on whether I was able to redirect the school to where it is supposed to be headed, and that my leadership has touched lives and has given a positive impact for all. Needless to say, the adjustments were difficult. Many teachers, programs and statuses, and extent of implementation, documentation of MOVs for many evaluation purposes, physical facilities improvement, sustaining a modality, school climate improvement, employee relationship, as well as stakeholders, and many more to enumerate. But as months went on, everything has been placed to order. There were sudden shifts in everything, and I am glad everybody was able to get my face. VOCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, competencies to understand the reasons for the new things, shadowing, capacitating, and empowering, coupled with great transparency, have been the spirit. Now I am well adjusted and I can say people in the school are very wonderful, committed, and easy to deal with. I know the happy smiles indicate their happiness towards me. As a new school year will begin, I am certain that we will be on our way to excellence, as I will be able to put my real touch in the operations and management. I know I have their backs to deliver the best education we can provide our students, given that we will be implementing learning with the new modalities. Let me take this opportunity to thank the parents who entrusted their children's new normal education. We hope we have given what is best for your sons and daughters, even if there are a whirlwind of challenges we have shared. I would also like to congratulate all the students who were able to hurdle everything. May you keep your zest in your studies. Go and find your destined places under the sun. We may have never saw you physically, but in our hearts, we will always remember your batch as the successful students who were able to win this invisible war against COVID-19. Be like warriors with sharp arrows which you will put in your bows to hit your target. Never falter, as there will be more surprises. May the education you got from us be your strength, and may the brightest star shine in your journey during the night. Parting is sad, but move on with great memories of happiness. God bless us all, especially to those who believed in the education of Filipino children, for them to continue their dream of a better future after this nightmare history will record. Sa inyo mga giliw naming mag-aaral ng Magallanes National Vocational High School na magsisipagtapos, binabati ko kayo sa inyong matagumpay na pagtatapos. Kayo ang buhay na patunay na kaya magpatuloy ng edukasyon sa gitna ng pandemya. Sa girara ipadagusta ang pagtatarabang-tabangan, paghanap ng mga solusyon, asin ang paglakapaunhan na magkairibaan gabos. Congratulations!
Mrs. Mercy Joy D. Organa, Teacher 3 of Magallanes National Vocational High School, shall now introduce the keynote speaker of this year's virtual graduation ceremony.
Our hard-working principal, Dr. Michael G. Oseo, our diligent department heads, Ma'am Christy L. Peña, Head Teacher 3 for the Academic Department, and Mr. Francisco H. Giacchino, Head Teacher 1 for the TVL-TVA Department, members of the faculty of Magallanes National Vocational High School, General Parents and Teachers Association President, Mr. Benito Garcia, NVHS Alumni Association officers headed by the President Eustacio A. Bermas Jr., parents, students, friends, graduates, good evening. Born to Mr. Jose H. Inanay Jr. and Mrs. Agnes G. Inanay of Binisitahan Norte, she herself was gifted with 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy, with her husband, Mr. Ryan Bejeson of Kawit Extension. She went to Eduardo Lichan Memorial School for her elementary education, then went to Magallanes National Vocational High School for her secondary education, to where she finished among the top 5 of her batch. After high school, she went to Bicol University in Legazpi City, where she took up Bachelor of Communication Arts and graduated last 2005. Years after, 2014, she pursued Master of Arts in Management, major in Public Administration in Sorsogon State College, now Sorsogon State University in Sorsogon City. She didn't stop there, for she proceeded to Emilianum College Incorporated, College of Law for her Juris Doctor. While studying, she was at the same time working. From May 2005, after she graduated, to August 15, 2016, she was the Administrative Officer 4 of Local Government Unit of Magallanes. Came August 16, 2016 to July 9, 2016, she served as Administrative Officer 2 for Senior High School Department of Gabao National High School, Gabao, Irosin, Sorsogon. At the same time frame, she was transferred to Huban National High School, Huban, Sorsogon. Fortunately, by July 10, 2016, she was brought back to Magallanes as the Administrative Officer 4 at her high school alma mater, the Magallanes National Vocational High School, until August 31, 2020. Then from September 2020 up to present, she is the Serving Secretary to the Sangguniang Bayan, Office of the Sangguniang Bayan of the Local Government Unit of Magallanes. Truly, one's capability, talent, and skills can bring one to many fields where they will be mostly needed and was made by God to happen. And that is the reason we most likely to uphold now. She is the most suited person to deliver us the keynote message to the graduates of 6th graduation exercises of Magallanes National Vocational High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the most essential woman of the hour, Mrs. Cyril H. Bejeson, NVHS, Batch 2001.
To our school's Division Superintendent, Dr. Jose L. Doncillo, CESA 5, Department of Education, Division of Sorsogon Province, the Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Bernie Despabeladero, the heads and section chiefs of the different departments and sections in the Schools Division Office of Sorsogon, Dr. Michael G. Oseo, Secondary School Principal of Magallanes National Vocational High School in the Municipality of Magallanes, and I would like to emphasize that it is the only technical vocational high school in this town and one of the few tech voc schools in the province. Behind him, on the administrative aspect, are the administrative and non-teaching personnel headed by Mr. Christopher J. Grutas, the new Administrative Officer 4, while on the academic aspect are the head teachers and chairpersons of different academic groups, dearly beloved members of the faculty, respected teachers of both the junior and senior high school departments of the school, the president and officers of the teaching and non-teaching organization of the school, the president, officers, and members of the Parent-Teacher Association, who also include the parents of the senior high school graduating batch of calendar year 2020-2021, and of course, our dear graduates, the senior high school batch 2021 of Magallanes National Vocational High School. Ladies and gentlemen, mabuhay! Mabuhay sa ating lahat dahil sa panahon ngayon, talaga namang napakaswerteng mabuhay. Napakaswerteng huminga, napakaswerteng makasama pa ang ating mga mahal sa buhay, at napakaswerteng magpatuloy pa sa landas na ating tinatahak. Bagamat malaki ang banta ng panganib sa ating kalusugan. At this juncture, I wanted to thank the school for giving me the opportunity of having to speak before the graduating batch of this year's commencement exercises of the Senior High School of Magallanes National Vocational High School, and I also would like to congratulate this special batch of senior high who have hurdled the school year despite the challenges of time. Their parents, and the entire management and administration of Magallanes National Vocational High School under the able leaderships of Sir Mike Oseo and company. The K-12 program of the government has revolutionized the system of providing quality, effective, inclusive, and relevant education to the Filipino youth, consistent with the government's policy to establish, maintain, support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education. Although at first, there were many oppositions to the implementation of the program, in fact, the validity and constitutionality of the K-12 law was questioned before the court, together with the Kindergarten Education Act and other issuances of the DepEd, CHED, TESDA, and DOLE, so far as they relate with the K-12 law, but no other than the Supreme Court had ruled with finality and said, yes, the K-12 program is a valid program of the government, and K-12 law, or RA 10533, is indeed constitutional. So why am I saying this? It is because, dear graduates, the K-12 law is the one instrumental in introducing to our country, especially to you, the senior high school program. It expanded the years of basic education from 10 years to 12 years because of the added 2 years in senior high school as compared to the previous curriculum. You know that by now. At first glance, it can be interpreted as burdensome for the parents and students because instead of having to graduate in college immediately, you have additional and remaining 2 years to complete before you can be called high school graduate. Sa unang rinig, parang mahirap at pahirap, partikular sa mga magulang at mag-aaral. But, had it not dawned in your mind that the purpose of the law is actually to provide you with the most needed skills and competence as a learner and as a future worker? The current Philippine education envisions every graduate to finish his or her high school as an empowered individual, having the needed skills and trainings in order to land a job just in case you opt not to go to college anymore. Had it not? Because, for your information, my dear graduates, the curriculum gives you options to choose from among the tracks, strands, and specializations. The curriculum offers you freedom to venture into your own interests, be it academic or technical vocational, while it gives you education you need. The curriculum was even contextualized for your needs. Kumbaga sa famous lingo, siya na ang nag-adjust. Si DepEd curriculum na ang nag-adjust para sa inyo. Sana all nag-a-adjust. It is just unfortunate that while the K-12 implementation is still very young, it is in fact only in its 6th year of implementation. Here comes the biggest blow, the biggest challenge in education so far, COVID-19 pandemic. Having took effect only last June 8, 2013 and attained its implementation in the province in the year 2016, it is very premature to gauge K-12 successes or failures. I myself would have been very excited whether or not it results to a higher incidence in literacy or illiteracy, in employment or unemployment, or in the country's gross domestic product, or generally, if it contributes to the overall social and economic development of the Philippines. However, it will be very unfair for the DepEd to be judged at this time, particularly at this time of crisis. So instead of talking about the notorious PISA report, I better leave it here. It is for you to know. The implementation of K-12 education is quite a challenge. The government is still on the process of filling the gaps in terms of personnel, facilities, learning materials, and others. This is typical and understandable because of the infancy of the curriculum. But, in fairness to the government, we have started and was continuously filling the gaps year after another and until they are fully realized, supposed to be. However, with the onset of the COVID-19 virus, these challenges were exacerbated. The previous situation had been difficult. Imagine overhauling the system into an entirely new curriculum. The pandemic had made it worse. As a response, the Department of Education formulated the so-called Learning Continuity Plan last year, based on the premise that education must continue. Despite the circumstances we have right now, it is the conviction of our government education leaders to continue educating the school children no matter what it takes. This is perhaps the rationale when DepEd had contextualized this year's theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic, translated as Kalidad ng Edukasyon Lalong Patatagin sa Gitna ng Pandemya. It might be in our DepEd Secretary's mind when she issued DepEd Order No. 12 Series of 2021 containing the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, a package of learning interventions in response to the threat of COVID-19. Instead of the traditional face-to-face, the DepEd utilized different modalities of learning, such as online education, which is facilitated by using the internet. Here, students rely on online tools and virtual platforms of learning. Distance learning, where classes are conducted between the teacher and students who are geographically remote from each other, and the famous modular learning, which is widely used in our division. Here, the teachers print self-learning materials and distribute them to the students for the latter to answer, then afterwards retrieve them for checking. And other modalities such as the use of the multimedia, radio, TV, and others. Now let me have a little talk on the modular learning I have mentioned. As we have all experienced, the last school year have been an impossible task without the face-to-face classroom discussions. We found ourselves at loss. On your part as students, it becomes wearisome. Generally, you are not used to relying alone to yourself and studying your lessons, right? You get used to attend physical classes inside the classroom where teacher discussing the subject and topic day after day. But because of the modular type of instruction, suddenly you are obliged to learn on your own, study on your own, and understand the lessons on your own. And we know for a fact that these things have inherent risk of not working for us all. First, on the reason that it is entirely foreign to you. Second is a challenge on the comprehension. On the other hand, the heavy loads upon the shoulders of our teachers are much more doubled than your trouble because of the multiple tasks of printing the modules, distributing them, and retrieving them. Not to mention the regular responsibilities of preparing your grades, school forms, and the likes. That is why on these graduation exercises, it is but proper to thank your beloved teachers for being at the forefront of your education, despite being burdened by the demands of the work. This is also a moment of thanking your parents for being the most forbearing of all, for their endless sacrifice just to provide for your needs and that of your studies. Graduates, after this graduation is an entirely new journey you will take. In parting, let me leave you one of the motivating quotes from Robert Kiyosaki, which says, "The size of your success is measured by the strength of your desire, the size of your dreams, and how you handle disappointments along the way." Thank you, and again, my congratulations to each and every one.
Magallanes National Vocational High School would like to award the Certificate of Appreciation to our keynote speaker. Allow me to read the content. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 5, Schools Division of Sorsogon, Magallanes National Vocational High School, Binisitahan Norte, Magallanes, Sorsogon. Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Cyril H. Bejeson, Masters of Public Administration, in grateful acknowledgement of her distinguished and invaluable services rendered as keynote speaker during the 4th Graduation Rites virtual ceremony of Magallanes National Vocational High School with the theme Strengthening Education Amid COVID-19 Pandemic, thereby contributing immeasurably to the prestige and success of the occasion, given this 10th day of July in the year of the Lord 2021. Signed, Michael G. Oseo, School Principal 1.
We now come to the part of today's ceremonies where Magallanes National Vocational High School recognizes senior high school students who have excelled in their studies, performances, and activities. These medals and certificates serve as testaments not only to the excellence of the students, but also to the effort of the school in this learning modality. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Senior High School Coordinator, Mrs. Luella Jane R. Laura, to present the honor students.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor to present to you the outstanding graduates of the school year 2020-2021 for our virtual ceremonies of the 4th graduation rites of Magallanes National Vocational High School. For the technical vocational livelihood track under electrical installation and maintenance, Camacho Paul Brian B. with high honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 96. Latagan Ronaldo Jr. B. with honors, having a general weighted average of 94. Pancho Janvic C. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 93. Monson Cedric Ford M. with honors, having a general weighted average of 90. For bread and pastry production, De La Peña Milky H. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 90. Store Marcus A. with honors, with a general weighted average of 90. Guadacasa Jenny G. with honors, with general weighted average of 90. Guarinia Jimena R. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 92. Hombre Cristel May S. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 91. Unat Nikki M. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 94. Lasala Christy M. with honors, having a general weighted average of 90. Loreno Syra L. with honors, with general weighted average of 90. Pombo Lablian M. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 91. Presado Rhea Kate M. with honors, having a general weighted average of 92. V1 Rona May B. with honors, having a general weighted average of 90. For academic track under the General Academics track, De Los Santos Michael P. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 93. Loreno John Lloyd James C. with honors, having a general weighted average of 93. Makasinag Charlito B. with high honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 95. Ahero Melrose with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 92. Milardo Giselle G. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 93. Carl Clea L. with high honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 95. Kalayo Jean F. with high honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 95. Calonia Angeline E. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 93. Dato Odisa B. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 94. And Terizo Nisa Jean Ella with honors, having obtained a general average of 93. Escandor Micah C. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 92. Espadero Giselle P. with honors, having a general weighted average of 92. Espadero Rica May H. with honors, having a general weighted average of 92. Viloma Melrose R. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 94. Ito Ayame Rose Angela R. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 94. Lavin Angela P. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 94. Lavin Christine Joy B. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 93. Lavin Mazel C. with high honors, having a general weighted average of 95. Lee Vidal Faye G. with honors, having a general weighted average of 90. Oseo Lizelle R. with honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 94. Rago Aryan Nella H. with high honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 95. Saha Ronaline S. with high honors, having obtained a general weighted average of 95.
Annually, the Alumni Association of NVHS recognizes the top achiever in every batch. And now in this momentous event, we have Mr. Eustacio Burmas Jr., MNVHS Alumni Association President, represented by Ms. Brenda Seeley, MNVHS Alumni Association Secretary, to give the award or plaque of recognition to the top achiever of this year's batch. And that is Mr. Paul Brian Camacho, EIM graduate, together with his parents, Honorable Councilor Alfredo D. Camacho Jr. and his wife, Christy Barakel Camacho.
Good evening. Allow me to read the contents of the Certificate of Recognition. Magallanes National Vocational High School, Magallanes National Vocational High School Alumni Association, Magallanes, Sorsogon. Certificate of Recognition is awarded to Paul Brian B. Camacho with high honor, top academic achiever of the class 2021, for his diligence, dedication, and perseverance in the achievement of his endeavor, which brought forth success and excellent academic performance and fruitfully obtained the goals of the K-12 senior high school curriculum. This success, worthy of emulation, would serve as an inspiration for the youth, if only to achieve their dreams for a brighter tomorrow. Signed, Eustacio A. Burmas Jr., President. Good evening. This time we will be awarding to the parents. Allow me to read the contents of this certificate. Magallanes National Vocational High School, Magallanes National Vocational High School Alumni Association, Magallanes, Sorsogon. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Mr. and Mrs. Alfredo D. Camacho Jr. for their commendable parental guidance, immeasurable support, and unconditional nurturing extended to Paul Brian B. Camacho, Class 2021, Top Achiever of Magallanes National Vocational High School, which brought forth success and excellence in his academic performance along the goals of the K-12 senior high school curriculum. This success, worthy of emulation, would serve as an inspiration to the community to ceaselessly strive for academic excellence and continuously contribute for the betterment of our society. Eustacio A. Bermas, Jr., President. Congratulations.
Let us now listen to the graduation message of our student with high honors, Mr. Paul Brian B. Camacho, EIM graduate.
Dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams, fleeting, ephemeral, and pretty. And dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen. It's hard work that creates change. Shonda Rhimes once said, and yet, it is through that very hard work that brought us into this very memorable moment. We are here because we did our greatest to our Honorable School Principal, Dr. Michael G. Oseo, our diligent academic head, Mrs. Christy L. Peña, Head Teacher 3, our TVL, TVE, Department Head, Mr. Francisco H. Duquino, Head Teacher 1, members of the faculty of the Academics and TVE, TVL departments, the hardworking non-teaching staff headed by Mr. Christopher Grutas, Administrative Officer 4, and to our friends, families, and those who celebrate with us in this very important event, the alumni, parents, and to my fellow graduates of Class 2021, a marvelous evening to all. This has really been a tough school year for every one of us. A year of adjustment to the new modality of learning, keeping up, and eventually overcoming the struggles along with it is about to pay off. This event serves as the testimony that our dreams are just one step closer upon our reach. Looking back, we even thought that this school year and even the same event would be a hopeless and impossible feat. But here we are, keeping the rich harvest of our hard work. Fellow graduates, it is of great honor to represent all of you in expressing our sincerest gratitude and appreciation for everyone who have been with us, not just in our senior high school, but since from the very beginning of our journey. I'm sure all of us still have these vivid recollections from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I attended for the very first day of my senior high school with hopes that I could be better than before. And with students and classmates whom I have never known before that I am going to work with, was just perfect for figuring out how different would I become from my junior high school years, I thought. And for the first year, I knew it went out really well. I became really proud of my section, the EIM strand. Our section, though known to be special and problematic, as quoted from one of our school teachers, still managed to become active with the school programs and events. And from that, I knew that I was able to get along with them. Moreover, the camaraderie and teamwork we had played a huge part in our development. When life gets tough, as long as we have the people we have considered as friends, nothing can bring us down. And if everyone has the vision of moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. I am thankful to have good mentors in my 2 years of senior high school, especially to Sir Clement Hill Melitante and Mr. Romeo for their words of advice and care. It was all happy and fun until everyone got a feel of the pandemic. We were in lockdown. We were locked down for months, which made social interactions and events almost impossible. It was such a blessing that we were able to hold and continue the current school year. And with the schools nationwide adapting to a new modality of learning, our school, even so, is doing an excellent job in keeping up with the changes, with the mission of strengthening the quality of education amid the pandemic. But of course, that would not be achieved without the involvement of everyone, the school staff, the students, and the efforts of their families. Behind every achievement is the community of people working together. It is undeniable that the education this year wasn't really holistic as what face-to-face education contributes to one's learning. For the time I spent fussing over the modules, I realized that what's much more important is you do not lose the passion for learning, the motivation and determination to learn something new. And with your dreams in mind, no task would be difficult, because there will always be a time where our knowledge will be our very own weapons. I try to remind myself that everything would not go the way we planned it for us. Much if we find ourselves on the edge, we should know that we always have people in support of us, and God who always has a plan. I am leaving this campus with a new batch of NVHS graduates. We really have enjoyed the years we had in, and everything we learned will always be brought along in facing a journey far different to how we once perceived it. To my fellow graduates of NVHS Class 2021, may we all continue to conquer our battles, be it within us and among us. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of us once again.
At this point, Charlito B. Macasinag, General Academic Strand graduate, Batch 2021, President, and with honors, shall lead the Pledge of Loyalty.
Fellow graduates, please raise your right hand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Loyalty to our beloved alma mater. We, the 2021 graduates of the Magallanes National Vocational High School, solemnly commit ourselves to the fulfillment of the noble ideals for which our school stands. We believe in the importance of work towards the economic development of the community and our people. We vow to work extensively to attain the goal of better quality of life and foster national interest among the Filipino people. We shall strive to lead, to achieve, and to involve ourselves in every possible way, to make us self-reliant under the guidance of Almighty God. From here on, we shall move as one, to support and to work for the realization of the vision of the new millennium.
To lead the induction of the graduates as members of the Alumni Association is Ms. Brenda Seeley, MNVHS Alumni Association Secretary.
Good evening, everybody. My dear alumni, please stand. Kindly raise your right hand and let us recite the oath to the alumni in unison. We, the alumni of the Magallanes National Vocational High School, do solemnly swear that we shall love and uphold forever our alma mater, preserve its tradition in the dignity of labor and the slogan, "To work is to pray." So help us God. Congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association.
As a way of extending the graduates' gratitude, Ms. Nikki N. Unet, a bread and pastry production graduate with honor, shall deliver her words of thanks.
Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. These are the words that keep me going all these years as I imagine achieving this award. It was not an easy ride. There were ample difficulties and obstacles on the way. Some broke me to the point that I was ready to give up. But there were some things that would not let me. Something inside me that I wanted to try more. Something inside me that gave me hope and the willpower to continue. Sometimes, failure damages us so much that we fail to realize the valuable lessons they bring along with them. It is my great honor to be delivering the word of thanks given the situation that we face. I want to take this opportunity to thank Magallanes National Vocational High School for the great and amazing 6 years that I have spent in this school. In my 6 years at Magallanes National Vocational High School, I should say that it was an unforgettable moment that I will always cherish. To our dear school principal, Dr. Michael G. Oseo, to our head teacher 3, academic department head, Mrs. Christy L. Peña, to our head teacher 1, Mr. Francisco L. H. Juquino, to our ever supportive teachers and staff of Magallanes National Vocational High School, to all our mentors, beginning junior high school until senior high school in this institution, and to all of you who witnessed the virtual ceremonies of our fourth graduation rites, a pleasant evening. To you, our dear teachers, your dedications, patience, and determinations has allowed us to pursue our ambitions in life. Thank you for sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. And thank you for guiding us, inspiring us, and making us what we are today. You taught us the way to make it to the peak of success, and we're glad that we made it. At this point, I want to say thank you to all of our subject teachers and advisors over the past few years who inspire and believe in me and my capabilities. All of you deserve to be acknowledged. Personally, I would like to thank Ma'am Wilma Maniago. Thank you for all your support, encouragement, pieces of advice, and love throughout the years. I am thankful that you are part of my life. Mom, thank you. Those words reminds me how lucky I am to have you as my teacher, friend, or should I say a person who's always been there for me, the person who supports me all the way, the person that is worthy of emulation by others. To our persistent, beautiful, and very supportive class advisor, Ma'am Girlie F. Gipitulan, who worked hard for us to embed knowledge and learnings. We want to let you know how much we appreciate your hard work and efforts. You taught us greatly. You inspired us truly. You motivated us rightly. It's all because of you, Ma'am Girlie. Since day one of my high school journey, you have taught me not just what was written in the textbook, but also the very essence of life. I stand you, our brain nurturer, our second parent. Without you all, dear teachers, I wouldn't be who I am today. I couldn't have what I already have today. I also would like to express my deep gratitude to my family, my loving parents, who are the reason why I'm delivering this speech. I wouldn't be here without your support, morally and financially. Without you, I could be just a bird without a wing. You are the one who gave me wings to soar high and catch my dreams. Biggest thank you, our dear parents, especially to my mom and dad. I witnessed how you sacrificed a lot just so I could get to school every single day. Thank you for providing more than the bare minimum. I am forever grateful for having your support and love that made me strong, clothed with knowledge and resilience. And of course, to all of my fellow classmates, friends, graduates, thank you for all the good friendship, brotherhood, and camaraderie. We will always value the friendship that we formed during the 6 years of being together. We had good times and bad times too, but what matters is the good relationship that we have cultivated and nurtured. For sure, we will see each other again, and we will always talk about all the good memories that we have here. They will be cherished forever. Thank you so much for the bond worth remembering. Today is a milestone. It tells us how far we come. Keep learning, keep trying, keep accomplishing, and keep venturing through our journey. Thank you for being brave until the very end. We're just halfway through, but let's soar higher and catch our dreams. Another milestone to be a treasure. Let's move forward and never get tired of learning. And above all, we offer our success to our Almighty God, as you have always watched over and guide along the way. I thank you so much for the gift and wisdom and for all the countless blessings you have given us today and always. Congratulations to all of us graduates. Again, a blessed and pleasant evening to everyone.
We are about to hear the graduates' tribute song entitled Goodbye, an original composition by Ms. Rose Michaela Widem, an EIM graduate. But this goodbye does not entirely mean the end. But this goodbye means the start of looking forward for more opportunities, challenges, and growth. With a happy heart and a mind full of lessons and memories in their senior high school journey. Let us all take a trip down memory lane as we listen to Goodbye.
Now is the day for us to graduate, and now is the time for us to say goodbye, and all the memories that we create will be my treasure as the day goes by, and all the memories that makes me smile. It's one of the reasons that makes me frown. And now I'm walking for 1,000 miles. Don't know if I am going up or down, even though I have a monster inside. You guys didn't mind, and you bring the light. The dark world in my mind I want to hide, but you guys stand me up and make me fight. We've gone through our separate ways, but guys, I remember you, but now it's goodbye. It's been my best years being with you guys. All of the crazy stuff, I'll miss it so bad. I hate the word goodbye, 'cause it makes me cry. Our happy times makes me very sad, even though I have a monster inside. You guys didn't mind, and you bring the light. The dark world in my mind I want to hide, but you guys stand me up and make me fight. We have gone through our separate ways, but guys, I remember you, but now it's goodbye. I remember you, but now it's goodbye.
One last stroke of a pen, one last flip of the page, and they reach the end of the book. Class of 2021. Nothing can ever stop them, not even this pandemic. As another batch of graduates steps up the ladder of success, another milestone for Magallanes National Vocational High School is achieved. Thank you, dear students, for sharing your senior high school journey with us. We will be happy to see you grow and become a blessing to others and to our country. May our good Lord bless you and the future that waits for all of you.
This has been the 4th Graduation Rites Virtual Ceremony of Magallanes National Vocational High School. Thank you for joining us. God bless Class of 2021. To God be the glory.